Now, there comes the biggest question. So, as this nature has given the suffering to that person, so should that person always remain in that suffering?
If machines are only the reason to keep someone alive, then guys, you are preserving technology, not a life.
Depression, anxiety is not the kind of topic for which you are providing euthanasia. Euthanasia is for a prolonged disease which has got all the treatments, and doctor has clearly stated that there is no curement of this disease.
Like death is natural, so it should come natural, not by any particular injections or by like the concern of the people, right?
When we are said that that is natural, so why are you stopping it from medications? Why are you using medications to stop it?
Alright, so we all are gathered here today to talk and discuss about a very interesting topic which is still burning in our country after Harish Rana's case of euthanasia. So yeah, euthanasia, which is also known and termed as mercy killing, where somebody who has been suffering from a longer period of time from any sort of a disease is given the chance or to choose to be killed without any pain, right? Now, there comes the biggest question. So, as this nature has given the suffering to that person, so should that person always remain in that suffering? Or giving euthanasia is helpful for that person to stay away from all those pains he or she was suffering from? So now we have got two teams right there in front of me, where one supports euthanasia and one speaks against euthanasia. Or you can say one team is with the motion and the other one is against the motion. So let's see what perspectives you people have got and how exactly you want to prove your side right, that if it is really right or no. So now it's your turn next.
If machines are only the reason to keep someone alive, then guys, you are preserving technology, not a life. Euthanasia, which has become very popular and common topic to talk about, but it is not as common because it was already introduced as fundamental right as our Article 21 in India in 2018 only. Basically, what is euthanasia? Euthanasia is also known as mercy killing, where you will choose your life or what you are suffering from, what you are confronting with your hurdles, with your tough life, tough treatment in medical health care, where you will choose that I want to die. Here there are two kind of euthanasia, first active and second passive. Active is all about that giving injection, giving pill, then you will die. Here, and passive is all about removing some healthcare object and the treatment, the support what you are getting, like oxygen masks. In India, passive euthanasia is legalized and it is allowed, not active. And as we have got the recent case, in that also it was a use of passive euthanasia. So the thing which was already legalized in 2018, but around after that 13 years, it got 13 years to give the judgment that okay, now you can get passive euthanasia. Somehow, that's why we are supporting that something which is already legalized, it is in our constitution, it is our fundamental right, it should be there. Okay, I will not support euthanasia right now, but I am going to make a statement that just choose what should be right. More than 8 lakh of people die every year because of not getting the proper access of healthcare. And those who literally want to die, they are taking 13 years to choose their life that I want to die. But those who literally want the healthcare treatment, they are dying every year. Is it literally justice? And it is literally something that you guys are supporting?
Life is something very special to all of us. Not for all of us, but for our family members too. We are special and we belong to the families to whom we feel, because of them we feel special. And that's why the killing yourself by your will is not right, which is, if I tell you this in another language, that is called the euthanasia. Means that's your wish to kill yourself if you're suffering from any diseases or any pain. But let me tell you, it's not just like this. Euthanasia means government or that judgment has already passed that is completely legal if you wish to kill yourself, you wish to die. And if I talk about in the Hinduism, in our religion, that is completely wrong, and even the Islamic religion, because life is considered to be the most important aspect of anyone's, right? And that's why that's why it's not right. And if a person, and because of this, there are many things or many mess is going to happen in our country. Means there are several people who are suffering from the depression, and those people, they every time they want to kill themselves, that in every second they have that thought in their mind that I want to kill myself. And in this case, this judgment is completely wrong.
If we want to live or if we don't want to live, we can die, right? But what about the accidents which are happening on the road? Those are also the natural deaths which people are getting, right? And after those natural deaths, maybe some incidents are there. After that, some people are not able to live properly and some people are not able to die. Right? They are in the middle. Now, because of that, their family is suffering. What about their family? Because in this Harish Rana's case, we have seen that their parents were suffering. They sold the house. They were doing everything that they could do. His parents were very old. They were not young as you are. So what they were doing for his child? Because at the age where his child should have done something for them, he was not able to do. He might be having regret that he is not able to live, he is not able to give something to his family. The regret was there in that person. And let me tell you that even 5 lakh families in the entire world are getting bankrupt because of this only, that they are getting into the poverty and still they are not getting the better healthcare facilities.
Well, sorry for interrupting you.
Let me complete my point because they are still suffering. Let me tell you that in India, there are 30 to 33 million people who just get into the poverty because they are not able to get fined in their
Okay, well presented by you. Let me start with, we are just misusing the introduction of the medicine. Just go with the use, as you stated about the active euthanasia. We are going with the active euthanasia because see, why medicine was introduced? It was introduced to save the life. And what we people are doing, we are just killing the life. Those can be cured by the medicine. Those can be cured by the better treatment. As Geeta ji stated about, there are a lot of people who are suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress. The method can be somewhere else instead of dying. The second thing, this kind of thing, if you are once you are going to get it legalized, if this case would take place, that the recent one, then people life would not matter that much. It will not be worth living. As once, just suppose there are a lot of people who are vulnerable. There are a lot of people who are poor. Their life is not going to get mattered this much, as much recently it is not legalized, like as much it is like mattering. It is worthing. And the thing in the last I just want to say, as you stated about that the people who are getting died because of getting bankrupt, instead of what do we say, introduction of that euthanasia, instead of asking for the euthanasia, they can also ask for the some little bit help so that they can provide the better treatment to that particular person. This can be the better alternative. And second thing, why are you asking for the euthanasia then?
Why we are giving more importance to the money rather than the person?
Yes.
But what about that people are not, they are getting the better opportunities still, even if they get the better health care, still their families are being destroyed.
But just suppose if the person is getting cured, very good.
It is
So
about money.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. At the time of pandemic, the most important thing was the life, not the money. At the same thing is like that only. We are prioritizing the life rather than the money.
First of all, that was the pandemic.
Yes.
So everyone is suffering. That's why the government is just doing that. And first of all, it is about money or the life. Of course, it is life, not money. But without even money, you cannot survive.
Yes, that's
Without
what I'm
money, you
saying.
cannot survive.
Yes, absolutely.
One more thing I just want to mention here. The first thing, the bills which already covered by the Muskan, that without paying the bills you cannot survive or you cannot enjoy the treatment which is given by any of the hospital, either the private or the government, doesn't matter. But the more thing, it's about the concerned as well. You are not, I don't know why that you are guys not wondering or talking about the volunteer euthanasia, where they give concern that the patient is giving concern that they want to die. And first of all, there are many strict rules which you are not talking about. And I don't know that why you are just only talking about the active one, not the passive. Because in India, passive one is already allowed. And even in Netherlands and the Belgium one, and the Switzerland, they are the countries which even allow somehow the active one as well. But the thing is, they come up with a very strict rules and the conditions where the one doctor is saying that the death is important or we should go with the euthanasia one. Then there are 5 more doctors who check the same condition and try their best. And then they come to the conclusion that
Okay,
either
that's
we
right
have
for
to
you.
give
But
the-
do you know what did I say? What did I say? Once it is going to be legalized, the life of the particular human
It
being is
already
not-
legalized.
Okay,
It's
okay,
already
okay.
legalized. There is no
As
need
you are
to
talking
talk
about in Belgium, active one, so the birth living of that particular human being is not that much, like just suppose if that particular person who is vulnerable, who is poor, he's not able to carry that particular treatment, he's not able to carry that particular amount which can be cured by, which needs to be cured. The second thing, if it would be legalized in the Belgium, the person's life would not be worth living.
You are talking about the treatment, but there is no treatment. That's why they just allow these kind of facilities to the patient that if they want it or not, without consent, they never ever allow someone to just die or like they just want to. Without consent, they never ever allow. And where the condition is like that which is the permanent one, they cannot, there is no cure, then only they just give consent.
If you have heard about the case in the recent times, Vinita Shukla, she was declared dead, and her family was carrying her body for the last rites. While driving, many potholes were there on the road, and because of those potholes, she became alive. And so, I think miracles happen, and there are miracles that happen in life, and we should wait for them rather than declaring the person dead or killing that person.
Okay, so I would like to ask one question, that what is the current situation of that person who is suffering from that disease, particular disease like depression or something which is causing which is making him mentally ill or having a very deep impact on him inside, which he is not able to confess to any other person or his family members. So, but is the purpose of that living in his mind, which he is not able to express to his family, and he's becoming so lonely inside himself?
In Netherlands, when they fully legalized euthanasia in 2022, I think, if I'm not wrong, so there were 8,700 people died. And it was the 5% of the whole population of the Netherlands. And after that, it was increasing again 4% or 5% every year. And even World Health Organization said this thing, that they are increasing the number not because they are suffering. They are increasing they are increasing the number because of the depression, because of the anxiety, because of the loneliness, not because only of the suffering.
As you stated about the world, all over the world, firstly you have to understand that 72% of the cases, what happens, only 5.4% cases are be selected all over the world for the euthanasia. Not all cases are dragged into the euthanasia. Okay, and secondly, depression, anxiety is not the kind of topic for which you are providing euthanasia. Euthanasia is for a prolonged disease which has got all the treatments, and doctor has clearly stated that there is no curement of this disease. So that's why the person is having all physical and mental pain. So reducing his life, there's no hope of life, and he is having a lot of pressures in him. So we are relieving him from his life by giving the passive euthanasia. That is the purpose of it. That's why the Harish Raina case was predicted for the passive euthanasia, and by, I don't know, the opposite team is not mentioning any points, any data about it, and they keep on talking about the morality. So why your morality is not for the answer of the question that 8 lakh people are actually dying in every day. What happens for the in yearly 8 lakh people are dying. The rape cases are keep on increasing. You are not doing anything. Apart from this, even though you are saying life is important, what if that life is actually painful? Are you going to provide the solution for that life? No. So who you are to tell? Apart from this, right to life is there, so right to die also is there. Why? I'll tell you. Right to life, you haven't given the life. Right is a natural thing. Die is also a natural thing. One day you must be dying, right? So why right to life is there? Because the society and the government has invested on you. You have the responsibility to giving back. The position which I am carrying right now, I am becoming the burden to my parents, to the government, to the society. So eliminating me and giving those all the resources to the right person so that that person can give right thing to the society is more important rather than your only moral things.
You said that death is natural, and that is what I agree on, nothing else. The point is, see, like death is natural, so it should come natural, not by any particular injections or by like the concern of the people, right? And you guys are talking about concern. Like in Belgium, there were thousands of people who were killed by the euthanasia without the concern of like their parents or their like ChatGPT. You are also doing that same, right? At the same time, like I don't know why, like we are covering this euthanasia. I don't know why we're covering this current situation of health sector with this euthanasia. Like see, like you are agreeing on that euthanasia is good because our health sector is unable to save that man's life, to save the, like we does not have that proper management, we does not have that proper facilities so that we can save someone's life. And that is you're covering with the name of euthanasia. And somebody was talking about accident here, like health sector and roads, they are same. 90-degree roads also kill people, right? At the same time, I just want to say that how many of like the people will be killed by euthanasia? Like if we does not have proper facilities, so we will every time declare that they like this person is unable to be saved now, so let's kill it. Or at the same time, like I forget one thing, how many cases are there of like organ trafficking? How many cases are there where like the man or a person is declared dead and later he like the organs of that man has been sold out in the black market?
It is such an funny thing that you guys say your points aloud while your own points contradict yourself. We have said that that is natural. So why are you stopping it from medications? Why are you using medications to stop it? Euthanasia is basically making people die because it is natural. So why are you using medicines to stop that natural death? And secondly, a lot of people are basically saying that what if a person miraculously survives from a terminal disease? Terminal diseases are diseases which are long term, which make a person suffer in pain. And euthanasia is only applied in those diseases. So let's just say 1 in 100,000 people actually survives miraculously because it is annoyingly rare to happen. But then after that, was that life worth a lot of resources which was spent on it? We are talking about 21st century here. We are depleting resources at a very high rate. Resources are more important than lives, let me say. Resources are more important than lives because resources are going to end, but humans are going to reproduce endlessly. And that is the whole point here. Now the third thing, that as Vivek Bhaiya said a point about Belgium, a lot of people were forcefully, euthanized. A lot of people were forcefully euthanized. Organ trafficking was happening. So is that the fault of euthanasia or is that the fault of a very bad legal system? A very bad, you can say, system in that country. In India, euthanasia is implemented under very strict conditions. Euthanasia is not very simple. If the person is agreeing, yeah, I want to commit euthanasia, then it will happen. No, it takes a lot of, you can say, court activities, documentations, and a lot of strict actions are taken. Then only it is done. So don't take euthanasia as a very, you can say, small thing. It happens under very big procedures which are legal and which are very, you can say, which respect one's word on.
Okay. So we are not taking euthanasia as a very small thing. That's you which are taking it. That's why you are comparing it with resources and lives and saying resources are more important. Means I just want to say what a capitalistic side you have chosen, because first you talk about money, then you talk about resources, and then you don't say that life is important. I know that because of constant stampede and many other cases in India, life has become a number that 800 people died, 500 people died, 200 people died, but every single life has a moral responsibility and a moral meaning. That's why I said that morality exists in this topic. That's why there's a two side of this topic. Otherwise, this topic would come in group discussion, not in group debate. I know everything. Let me tell. Okay. So as you talk,
morality believes a person should, people should respect one's autonomy. A person has the right over their own body. It is not you who is deciding how should I live. It is my freedom. It is my will to die under a lot of pain and suffering. You are not the one suffering. I am the one suffering.
Okay. So as you are expecting this, as you are saying this autonomously.
I think
so
I have
why
already
this-
answered for that question that the government has had the responsibility firstly. Your point is valid and you are not listening the points, ma'am.
I was listening the point. Your points was so silly. You are saying, first of all, your team member is giving more important to the money. First of all, if you are thinking that you are going to be bankrupt soon, first of all, go with the health insurance. Go with the health insurance. Government has given such type of schemes. They have come up, introduced a lot of schemes. You should go with the health insurance so that you won't be bankrupt in the future.
You are talking about.
So that's very true. After listening to all your points, that made some sense that euthanasia is something which is quite debatable, because in the past we had got some sort of incident that took place which simply puts government also into this doubt if this euthanasia is not really misused by anyone. Because our human mindset is a little more, notorious in this case, mischievous, that we tend to find out our benefits out of everything. And this euthanasia, which is complex yet sensitive topic, and a very, emotionally bounded condition for anyone. What I wanted during this debate was that, beyond this emotional aspect, one must talk about the laws, morals, and compassion, that from where this all euthanasia part is all coming. And I guess it was okay. One thing that I would suggest you all is don't go very much outrageous during the debates. Right? I know that comes deep within, because you are here to make your points clear to the other person, and there are such clashes. That's very common during the debates. But you must also understand this fact that these sort of clashes are not quite professional sometimes. Right? I understand they are very common. But, blindly leading with these outrageous behaviors during the debate does not really sound better to the opponents and to yourself as well, because in the future you may be the part of some personal debates of your life, such as with your family, sometimes with your friends, with your loved ones. If you carry the same attitude during the debates there as well, that will directly or indirectly harm you, your relations only, your part, your behavior only. So it's better that you have a simple control upon these outrageous behavior of yours. And if we talk about the topic, so you came up with really good information in the data where you shared about euthanasia and the history of euthanasia and even international aspects of euthanasia as well. And I truly appreciate that for you. And let's see how exactly we'll be moving forward to the next session in the next video. And I've got some really interesting things for you to be conducted here. So now we'll see you in the next session. Till then, bye-bye, take care and see you.